Hello, it's me, Ariza Gaming. You guys get to see an extended Whiskers session today. Hope you do well, Jedam Pliz. You were first, definitely. Hello, El Cotto, Marinza, Lolo42. We're back. More oxygen not included today. We are going to save some critters. We have some Slickster Eggs at last that we're actually going to ranch because we need them to eat all the carbon dioxide, and then we've got a stone hatch that we actually want to protect as well. We want to have that as our reserve coal source. So we're going to get that set up today. I think there's a few things we need to fix with our uranium setup first. So let's have a look. Yes, I'll show you the Dreco Ranch in a minute, Lolo. Yeah, let's actually... Okay, let's start. So there's a couple of things that I actually need to do with this setup. I've had a think since the last stream, i.e. Saturday, and we definitely don't need to use temperature plates. We don't want the transfer of temperature between the aluminium and the gunk. I don't think that's a very good idea, and I made a list of things I need to change. Yes. Remove temperature plates, add more gunk, spread out the uranium, and then tweak the automation settings. So that's what we're going to do first. Let's unpause it. Our rocket platform's entombed. I don't think that's necessarily a problem. We're using this to multiply heat in our metal refinery by using the difference in specific heat capacity between depleted uranium, which is 1, and liquid uranium, which is 1.69. Similar principle to our molten salt design on YouTube that we put on YouTube recently, but we're seeing if it works with uranium. Because in principle, if we can keep flashing the debris, it should multiply the heat a lot faster. But I think flashing the debris is going to be more difficult, so I think it balances out overall. So let's actually get in here, and let's actually just remove all the temperature plates. Do all this first so I don't forget what we're supposed to do. And I'll need to remove all of this material as well. Make that priority 9. And then, right, so, first of all, the spawn. Oh, actually, yeah, we're here are the Drecos. We have a YouTube video about the Drecos as well. It's the Dreco Laboratory video. Let me see if I can find a link. Because I might as well show you the video directly. Because I explain everything that I do in this build pretty much exactly in this video. So... Here you go. Yeah, and essentially what we're doing is we're using a metal refinery. We're using it to heat up polluted water so that we can feed it to pincher peppers. And the Drecos eat the pincher peppers, and the polluted water gets deleted in the farm tiles as the plant eats it. So this deletes most of the heat from the metal refinery. Not all, but most. And you do have to run it a little bit just to get the plants fed. So, in this case, we're making wolframite into tungsten. Often you'll have this hooked up iron to steel. This generates a lot of heat, so you might not actually make that much steel with it. If you don't have an iron volcano, doing iron ore to iron is also pretty sensible. But yeah, we just have a little 4-high room. We have a layer of hydrogen on the top. It's not particularly neat. It doesn't have to be particularly neat. The neater it is, the more reed fiber you'll get of your Drecos, but this is good enough. This build is very much just a bodge of good enough stuff that we build as early as humanly possible, so that we get our reed fiber, get our plastic, get our clothes made, get our metal refined. We can put the Wheezeworts here as well, because we're feeding them with the phosphorite from the Drecos. That could go into our research. It's just an all-in-one block that solves a lot of our early game problems. And yeah, we talk about it in the YouTube video. And then the spawn, it's literally just, again, our first Sandbox Showcase video actually is about this. So let me find you the link for that one as well. Let's see, where would I even find that? Just have a look in my playlists, I guess. Right. There's Sandbox Showcase in here. Right, here it is. No worries. Just glad people are taking an interest in these videos. What else was I going to say? So, the Gulpfish video is coming out tomorrow. I am going to do another Gulpfish video as well, so I guess it's part 1 out of 2 of the Gulpfish saga. Video 2 out of 5 of the Pacu saga. I have a lot to talk about, and we've just discovered something today that is very powerful. That I don't think anyone actually knows about. I've never heard anyone talk about it. Presumably because it's another one of those things which would be very powerful if steam turbines weren't a thing. The steam turbines are just so good. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. We're pumping the water into electrolyzers. They are submerged by 2 different liquids. The mass is not too high. We actually had some gunk, some naphtha end up in this one, but it's still worked out. You can have 3 liquids in here. I recommend putting 2 in. Just make sure the mass is pretty low so it doesn't flood the machine. And then if all 4 of these tiles are covered, the gases will naturally separate. If you have vacuum in here to start, the oxygen will sink and the hydrogen will rise. And then you can just pump it out, and these rooms will never overpressurize because it's being forced out of the liquid tile. And then you can just put some sensors here to do whatever you want. In this case, I've got my electrolyzers just turned on and off with a switch in case I want to stop oxygen production in a certain room. And what else? Yeah. We have separated all of our SPOM units over here. You don't have to do this. You could just have 5 of them with 1 hydrogen pump, or 4 of them with 1 hydrogen pump. But I've separated them all in case we do something by accident and something breaks, because I'm not always paying attention when I'm building these days. We have a coolant pipe here as well. It's running polluted water past it. It's currently out of polluted water from the vents, but it will refill again soon. But yeah, we did have an episode where we got some gunk in here and it broke the No, what did we have? We had something in here that broke the water sieve. Oh no, we had regular water get into this pipe, so it froze because the room was being cooled so much previously. It was cooled by polluted water. So that it broke a few of these coolant pipes, but we just rerouted them with pliers and whatnot to fix that. So we didn't have to break into our massive oxygen tank. And yeah, there's not really much more to say about that one. I just like it. It's very modular. You can build as many of them in a row as you want. Right, let's go back and fix this. So let's go ahead and sweep up the diamonds. So miscellaneous. Grab that. Get it out of here. We want to dump more gunk in here as well. I'm pretty sure we just want a load of gunk in here, as much as we can reasonably fit. So we'll just keep making bottles and put them in here. I don't want to focus on this too much today, but I do want to actually just get these little changes done first. And then we'll do everything else. Disable the Metal Refinery while we're doing all of this. And yeah, we'll just keep making some bottles and telling them to put them there. How much are we going to dump in here in the end? I don't know, maybe like a ton? We want enough that it's going to ensure the uranium doesn't sink. Because we always want the liquid uranium to pop out the top so it touches the plates. Because the gunk shouldn't be exchanging heat with the tile at all. That's the aim. Got some loot. Let's have a look at that quickly. What we got? Ooh, I'm pretty sure I already have this one, but that's nice. There you go. Turn the mic up just a little bit. Yeah, a few minutes of just grabbing gunk bottles and that will do. I definitely should have used gunk more instead of naphtha in this run. I mean, obviously it didn't make sense when we didn't have bionic duplicants, but yeah. Oh, I'll turn the music on in a minute as well. I forgot. I don't want to have the playlist today. I usually turn it on at the start. But if you don't turn it on at the right moment, it just doesn't load until the day rolls over, or it gets to nighttime. So that's what we'll do. Right, so let's empty these. Ah, no, El Cotto got. It's Nightbot. Let me have a look at this link. Actually, you know what? Let me have a look at it on the other computer. Not sure what you sent over. I do actually have channel rules. We get a lot of spam links. So if you want to post a link to me, either whisper or put it in the Discord, and we'll go have a look on the Discord. Oh, that's your little industrial sauna? Nice, nice. That is one long video, yeah. I'm not very pleased about the Draco video. That's definitely like our longest video, and I'm not proud of that. But I guess there was a lot to cover. I still think I could have made it a bit more concise, but the point of that video was it wasn't the optimal Draco setup. It's just the one that lets you cram the most stuff in it early game, so that you can just achieve your early game objectives easier. I still need to come up with a Draco Ranch design where it's actually mass scalable and preferably with automated critter drop-off so that the dupes aren't wrangling Dracos all the time like they are with the current setup. Not that it takes ages at the moment, but if we had like hundreds of ranches, which we reasonably might in this run, that is literally the plan. I want to make sure... What the fuck? Gas grass seeds? It's hilarious. Weirdo. Oh, we got more loot. Let's actually open more loot. Yeah. We gonna do anything with gas grass? Probably not. Got one more after this. Another white wall pot. Okay, that's fine. Gas grass. Remind me what gas grass does. I mean, obviously you feed it to moose. So it eats liquid chlorine and dirt. Requires a lot of light. Requires a high temperature range. And then it produces the gas grass, and then the gassy moo eats the gas grass, and you get brackine, and yeah, you literally need the gassy moo. There's no point in growing this otherwise. That feels like a little bit of a missed opportunity. But, I mean, it's an endgame thing. We've never really done it, but to be honest, there isn't really any point. I mean, I guess the point is brackine. Actually, maybe, if we go harder to gassy moos, we could use brackine instead of ranches. Yeah. Yeah, the heat management from the Metal Refinery is the thing I'm most concerned about. To be fair, that's the thing I'm usually most concerned about, is how you get your Metal Refinery online early. It's like my main thing that I worry about in most runs. So I'm looking for as many possible ways to get Metal Refineries running early as possible without steam turbines. Or possibly with steam turbines. I mean, the point of that setup is you get glossy Dracos, you get plastic, you get steam turbines pretty quickly. Right? Okay, how much gunk is this? This is like over 100 kilograms per tile. I think that will do. And then we need to tweak these settings slightly. So this, I believe, should actually be set to less than 130. And then this should be set to less than 132. Okay. And now I believe we can start running it again. But I'll get you to build these tiles first. I don't overly care about the igneous rock. If you get the igneous rock first, that's fine. And then let's open this up again. Who's idle? Gizmo. That's... Rocket. How's the rocket doing? Rocket is at the destination. Okay. Artifact collected. That's fine. You have 8 tiles of range. Let's just go home. Just check that they're alright. They're not actually irradiated. That's good. But they have all run out of plastic. They're all very bored now. Their suits are out of oxygen. They're ingesting all of the oxalites. We do have plenty of oxalite. We have 443 databanks, so we should be able to get most of our research done, and we should be able to get all of our research done by the time we actually explore the rest of space, because we're going to explore space for a while. What are you here for, Meesmore? You're here for the rock? Fair enough. I think we'll just leave the uranium debris in here. I think this is... Oh, I think I said I was going to reduce the amount of uranium in here. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I am, in all honesty. Nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it. This, again, this doesn't have to be perfect, and this setup isn't going to be perfect. I just want it to actually work. So now you're full of coolant. Right, that was the next issue, is I actually have to remove some coolant. So Naphtha go burr. Down it goes. I'm not 100% sure why I filled it with so much coolant in the first place. But yeah, that's the first thing we're going to do. The second thing we're going to do today is we're going to set up our hatch ranch. This is going to be a very straightforward hatch ranch. Very standard design. Where exactly am I going to put it? I want to put it somewhere the duplicates can easily reach. A slight issue now is that they can't reach easily over the top. I think what we'll do is we'll actually move this wall up a level. No, well, we're not supposed to, are we? I think I might move it up a level specifically here, just so that we can actually, you know, walk through this area. Because we've kind of cut it off here now. I could just put it here, but I kind of just want to fit it over here. Do I want to move this? I could put like a little fire pole here. Seems fine. How's the plastic count doing? We are using a lot of plastic for data banks at the moment, so I'm probably not going to make plastic ladders. That's fine. Wait, now you're running? What? What is the situation with this? So, oh right, you do have too much naphtha in you. Because the loop isn't long enough to dump this much. Yeah, get some naphtha out of here. We'll use that later. But yeah, so this gunk is cooled right down. The metal... Okay, the coolant's currently backing up. Let's actually half it, I think. Yeah. I know. We just heated up a load of naphtha and now we're dumping it in the map. It's fine. It really doesn't matter. Everyone's in suits. How much naphtha do we actually want to dump out of this? Yeah, you're not quite ready yet. Probably another couple of loads. Okay, I think that will... 3 more loads. 1, 2... You know what, that'll do. And then just sweep all of this up, and we'll use that later. The good thing about naphtha is it's very viscous, so it's pretty easy to clean up. Temperature notwithstanding. Right, that should all run properly now. The metal refinery is turned off because this is heating up. Wait, really? Not hot enough, though. Then green signal below 132. Oh, it's still heating up the friggin' debris. Is that correct? I mean, it is. This should be fine. Oh, it's because we have this big lump of cold rock here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, reactivate that. We'll just get this working on shot for a second, just so you guys can actually see it run. Okay. There we go. So now naphtha's coming in. It's coming in at 226 degrees. You can see the uranium forms. It touches the tiles pretty quickly. I think it will redistribute slightly when it becomes a liquid, but not a lot. It's quite viscous. You can see actually, yeah, a little bit got pushed over. Now it's touching the plate. The plate is touching the steel. So because the temperature plates aren't here, this is cooling down this will cool down the uranium once the coolant stops running past this. So again, we still have the issue where ideally you would actually want like a shutoff here, so that once you've got liquid in these cells, you don't run the coolant through here, you bypass it somewhere else. But equally, we do want to actually dump all of the heat from the coolant, and each burst of 400 kilograms is not huge. Once that runs past, the uranium starts to cool down pretty quickly, even just in contact with these aluminium tiles. The doors do a lot of work. Yeah, you can see we've got some debris down here. This lump is a little bit too big. Again, the point is the uranium multiplies the heat by... increases it by 70%. But I think in this case... Wait, what? I think we still have a bit too much naphtha in here. Yeah, that wasn't supposed to double circulate. Okay. There we go, hold on. We gotta actually fix this first. So dump the rest of this naphtha out. Because we don't want to double dip the naphtha. Oh. An odd quirk of the pipe. I'm really gonna have to just get these individual packets out half and half each time. That's gonna be kind of annoying. Well, I really don't want to focus on this all day, so we'll just speed to it for now. We've still got to get people home after all, and we're not going to have the Slicksters until cycle 700, so it's not the end of the world. Taking a little bit of time to drain the heat away from the uranium. Why is that? Oh, it's this top one. I haven't set these top ones properly. Have I? It should be set to above 130. Well, that's what I had them set to last time. This is just about to drop off. It's because we keep sending this naphtha through here. You can see we've got a couple of little lumps already. But this is not really quick enough. This is not really quick enough for my purposes. We need to play with the thresholds a little bit. Maybe I need to set this to... Well, it's currently actively trying to... Oh, no, I remember what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to actually plug these into the power grid, because we just got them plugged into the Metal Refinery at the moment, and this transformer's running. So we can just cut this off now. Right, so it's actually just set you to 133 for now, just to run you again. And then we'll just self-power it for now. I do actually have to hook this up to the power spine later. And then we've got one little loop running through here. Let's just cut this off. One little blob is fine. Is it, or is it going to deactivate the errand? It is going to friggin' deactivate the errand. Okay, then listen. You don't have a choice. You're going. Get out of here. Right, okay. We're done. There you go. Right, now you can run. You have exactly 800 kilograms of coolant. I should just set this up so that we dump exactly 4 bottle loads into the pipe every time. Why do I not do that? Yeah, and then you'll run just so that we can actually drain the batteries and kickstart these steam turbines. Because we still want to cool all of this. And then, actually, so while we're here, let's actually set up some transformers. I'm going to move these ones. So these ones are currently set to bunker doors. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll leave them in there. Let's put these ones in. They're self-cooled, so we should actually be able to run it all off of one tranche of transformers. So I will literally just take this wire and bring it... you know what? Just bring it over here. And then I'm going to make everyone very angry. I'm going to do this. I always misclick it as well, so I have to go back and cancel it. Very annoying. Right, and then we're going to bring that wire in here. The heavy watt wire is going to come in here. Don't make it out of uranium, please. It's going to come in there. And you're going to rebuild all these ladders. And now I'm going to set this to 132. Oh, right. I was going to set these to like 10 and 90. Was I? Yes. Yeah, now this is going to get very hot. So, I don't want to actually run this too much more. Let's just build the wire first. Just build the wire first. I'm going to priority 9 all of this. And then let's actually go to the hatch ranching video, because that's the next part of what I want. I also want to hook the Metal Refinery up to its own conductive wire, so we'll need to plug that into something else. I'm very tempted to actually just plug this into a bunker door wire. The bunker door wire should not have to run very often. It's just going to be one of these three. So it's probably going to be this one down here. Right? Because then I can just do this. That's slightly awkward. You know what? Let's not do that. Let's do this. I'm not a huge fan of the... Oh, whoops. Yeah, I shouldn't be disconnecting these yet. Oh, well. I shouldn't be, I don't like that I have all of these two spines disconnected to start, but I'll live. And then that's just going to hook in here. Because we can reach all of that. And then... where is this going to reach? Because I think we want to uncouple all the batteries as well, don't we? I should just build that wire there. Call it a day. So, let's actually break back in here and do this. And then... this needs to be priority 9 because I actually cut it off. The rest of it could then be priority 8. Yeah, that seems fine. How long are you going to take to get back home anyways? 1.2 cycles, that's fair enough. We're going past Barcara. We're still going to continue to get more artifacts. And I think it's just speed 2 time. We got an annoying little shove bowl out here, that's fine. Right, you built all the bridges again. That's the important thing. Good. Is this also priority 9? It is. Good. Pepsi? We got a Pepsi? We do have Pepsi. Good. Shove bowl just gets to chill because we don't plan on doing anything with shove bowls, but they're cute. We want at least one little mascot guy. Right, so now I want you to cut this off. Okay. Yeah, now build all those wires. We can decouple this. Once, like, we actually set it up to be self-powered so that we could show it was self-powered. We never actually ran the steam turbines, but this definitely self-powers. There's no question. You can see the salt video for proof of that. The only reason this wouldn't self-power is if we were just not boiling and condensing this at all. And we had like a really low machinery skill dupe using this, but neither of those facts are the case at all. What are eggs doing? Let's just give them a check. Yeah, they've got another 5-ish cycles. Good. Turbines are doing pretty well. How's the gas? Are we down to the absolute dregs of gas? We are down to milligrams over here. Going to take a very awkward amount of time to get rid of all this gas, but that's fine. Will it be longer than the amount of time it takes to actually get rid of all this? Probably not. It's still very hot. The temperature down here is getting colder. It's getting down to about 300 degrees. And then heat it up as we go over here. So we're starting to make an impact. This steam is also pretty actually cold now. We've dumped a lot of water in here. That's good. We're still busting. We have a plan. So, Neo, in case you weren't aware, we actually printed some Slickster Eggs. So today, probably, or maybe tomorrow, we're going to set up a Slickster ranch. We're going to start breathing all this CO2, and we're going to turn it into oil. And we're going to try and get some molten Slicksters. Not going to do anything super fancy. We're just going to get them surviving on the run while we do other things. There is also another. We're still busting, yeah. There's a stone hatch over here that I want to actually get some eggs out of. It's a little hot. Yeah. We want to breed some hatches, so that's the other thing we're going to do today. Just to make sure we got renewable coal. We have a lot of coal, but we've been eating through it pretty quickly now. Actually, making all this diamond. And we are going to need diamond later on. And we don't have any coal production at the moment, so... regrettably, it's something we have to do. So while we're waiting for this to get hooked up, let's actually look up the hatch design. And I think I'm actually just going to look up the Phlox design. Because the hatch video is a little bit out of date at this point, just because of the critter drop-off stuff. Which is a little bit annoying, actually. But I think the hatch video is pretty much exactly the same. And then, of course, we'll get this Metal Refinery running properly again. Right, this does look like it should work. So I think what I need to do is I just need to do the dropper mechanism of the hatch video. And then actually just the drowner. I need to do the mechanism from the Phlox video and the drowner from the hatch video. That's what we need to do. So we can do it with 2 levels. And I'm pretty sure... Is that a phosphorite melter we're working on? No. We have a phosphorite melter over here that's ran for a while. We're running it on maintenance mode at the moment. We only have plug slugs powering it very occasionally. Because we've actually made a bit too much refined phosphorus. This is actually just a metal refinery setup where we're boiling and condensing, or we're melting and freezing uranium into depleted uranium. Because the SHC difference is 70%. So we just finished that off. So this has a heat capacity of 1. The liquid form has a heat capacity of 1.69. The purple liquid in this case is just gunk. We're just using gunk for our exchange liquid most of the time these days. You know what? I will put a battery here as well. That seems wise. How is the refined metal situation? It's pretty good. We've got a lot of refined metal now. I think once we reach like 100,000, that's when we switch over the spine and we actually directly connect it through the magma biome. If we don't use it all by then, which I don't think we actually will. But you just got a couple of little errands left to do. Yeah. Right, so let's have a little fire pole coming up here. Where exactly am I going to put this? I mean, let's see. Where's 23 tiles? Doesn't matter, does it? It really doesn't matter. I'm not going to bother. I'll put the fire pole here. I'll leave a little gap. And then I'll just put the entrance over here. Do I want it to abut directly against this? I don't think there's any reason not to. Yeah, remove that. Must admit, despite the lack of sargassity, a lot less spaghetti than before you're getting there. Yeah, I mean, this run is definitely taking off. And then if we look at the power overlay... Oh my god. So we've got two different heavy watt wires at the moment. They're not actually connected over here. And then we're going to connect them down the bottom of the map. And then we should be able to feed wires to anywhere on the map we want pretty easily without spaghetti doing it like that. Oh, right. I want to look at the right-orientated one, don't I? Hold on. No, it's reverse orientation in this video. The only gripe I have about this design is I keep flip-flopping on whether to call it the left or the right orientation. Oh, irksome. Right, well, in any case, if we're doing a dropper, we're going to do it up here. I think this is far enough away from all of this infrastructure that I'm just going to literally put a bit here. And then that's what we'll do. So, door. Tile. How hot is it? It's... How hot do stone hatches like to get? Up to 40 degrees. So we're probably going to need some actual active cooling here now, because we've been heating this all up with the diamond presses. We do have our coolant loop. Do I really want to extend that all the way over here? Probably. We are going to have to actually keep it cold, though. Or relatively cool for the hatches to thrive. The alternative is that I literally just do something in the base. What temperature is it in the base? Not bad. Now, I know we're going to have payload stuff over here. We do actually have a little bit of extra room up here. This is a little too cold at the moment. Actually, let's just have a look. They go down to 10 degrees. I mean, there is definitely an argument to be made that I could just swap some of this out. Like, if I moved the Bionic Dupe Hall over here, I could probably just straight up make this into the ranch. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I would really rather just not have it in the... outside the map. We could just... like, the coal... like, we could just conveyor the coal over. Because I don't want to set up cooling over here if we don't really need to. And if the hatches are inside the base, then the duplicates can look after them. Okay, so... in that case... let's murder the shovel. And then what we'll do is... we'll redo this out of obsidian. And then what we'll do is we'll actually... because I want to extend these bedrooms up here as well. Because we have a few dupes using these beds at the moment. I think they're the Barnics, though. Hay and Meesmore are in non-luxury beds. We should probably change that too. Yeah, let's do this today. Yeah, we might as well put it here. The Slicksters will obviously have to go at the bottom of the map, but that's fine. So in that case, I will actually want the left side variant. And then what I'll probably want to do is I just want to seal it off here. In fact, maybe I actually don't bother replacing this bit. And then, if we are actually going to extend the base up here, which I believe we are, let's just start with the drywall, because we know where all this is going. What about the nature reserve? The nature reserve only has another 9 tiles in it. Oh. Well... if I filled it up with regular tiles, we could do it. Maybe? Do I want to do that? I don't think I do want to do that. In fairness, the dupes don't really need to hop across here that much, do they? Perhaps we could just add some gold to snazz it up a little bit. It's not the worst idea in the world. So long as we make it so that the dupes can actually still hop around underneath. I think that's the important bit. Because they shouldn't actually be climbing over here too much. Then I think we can fit everything in. So I'm pretty sure this room is just going to go over here, like, as it is. So let's put that in. Do we actually have the fossil? No. Amazing. Because we've crushed it all. We're just going to shift this over exactly. There are two ways I counter the hot cold hatches. The first is a bath of appropriate temperature water, about 200 kilogram deep. Yes, we've done something similar with mammoths before. We've dipped mammoths in a metal volcano. That was slightly too hot for them, in fairness. Also, I should probably shuffle this around so the phone's at the front and the water cooler's at the back. Because they're usually using the phone and not the water cooler. There you go. And I will probably have to remove these doors and have the saunas in the ranch. That should be fine, right? I guess we should probably test that. So this is going to go over here. You know what, let's actually not bother with the fossil. Let's actually just use the paintings. I really don't mind. So that will probably be a case of another blank canvas here. Okay. And then we're going to have a load of bedrooms up here. Am I going to add more bedrooms? Possible. I did a very specific sequence of colors. Let's not ruin this. If we have more bedrooms, it means that some of the dupes won't actually be able to leave because we don't have enough suits for them. Is that necessarily a problem? I'm not sure. Right, I think that is a sequence. And then put the doors over here. So let's see. So we got 18 beds, we got 27 beds. This will be 33 beds. And then we have the 6 sleepers as well. Actually, you know what? We can print more dupes. We can print more dupes. These guys are pretty skilled up now. I know they've been asleep for a while, but they have generally skilled up a little bit. So we can print some new pajama dupes and promote these guys. We will have to make some more pajamas. I think it's fine. So then we would have 39 dupes in the base, and we would have 36 suits. I think it's fine. Because again, these guys shouldn't be leaving. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's just put these beds in, and then I will go and... Or let's just get these rooms marked out, and then I will go and actually hook up the thing we said. That's going to be the wall. Oh, did I never put this door back in? Do you have extra diamond? I wouldn't say I have extra diamond. All of the diamond we're making is from rad bolts. So I would prefer to not use it for decor. Did I screw this up? We got purple, we got pink. Okay, we didn't screw this up. Yeah, like, we're going to need it for draw coning later. I don't want to run out of diamond because we used it to decorate. Also, we're probably going to need it to build all our sour gas boilers. Maybe. Right, you should be ready. So I believe now all I have to do is actually unplug this. Here you go. And then that goes there. And then these batteries should run pretty quickly. And then we can actually put this in here. And then we can start removing all of this. Yeah, that should be fine. This is draining off. These will now actually activate. These will actually start cooling all of the steam, and then this should actually run again. And then we'll close this for good measure. I don't think we actually need to close this, but I'm going to close it just to make sure we don't have any issues. So yeah, each of these is giving, because they're tuned up, each of them is giving... When they're tuned up, they're giving 400 watts each. So clearly that's enough power for our purposes. And full disclosure, that is just completely being wasted at the moment. That's fine. Okay, let's just actually start laying out things then. What, we're using ceramic tiles for these? You know, to flex on the headers. That is going to float a little bit of gas in here. I don't think we want to do that just yet. I think we actually want to seal this off first. And let's actually priority 9 the tiles over here. Okay, you know what? Priority 8 these ones. I can already see what's going to happen. Right. What we got? Paku, lol. We just did all of our Paku videos. Or we're just doing all of our Paku videos. We don't actually really want more Paku. They will flop down here. I guess they're not going to eat any seeds down here, because we know there's not any seeds down here, because we swept all of this. Or are they going to hit something on the way down? Oh, right, hold on. Oh, they're going to flop down here. You know what? I'm going to ignore them for now. Let's ignore them for now. Right, so you are now full again. Because this, because the spine is full of power. Right, okay. I don't think we actually care about these running with the automation then, do we? I don't think we do. So let's actually go ahead and remove this automation, because I think we just want these to run always. We had these hooked up in a smart battery when it was self-powered, but that's really not relevant anymore. So, if I wanted, I could actually replace these with jumbo batteries. Or just not have them in here. Maybe we just don't have them in here. Save the metal. Okay. And then you guys just need to get out and do all those tiles. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of how these gold tiles look. I think it is needed to actually get the nature reserve to work. Alternatively, I just put the nature reserve over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. There's no specific drawback, is there? Everyone just a little downtime at the moment. Looks like it. None of the recreation buildings are working. Okay. Well, it looks like you guys are on the job now. I guess I'm literally telling you to go to the bottom of the map and then to the very top. That's fine. So we're boiling some water. Was there just the rest of the steam that was in here? I think these are actually empty now, right? Close enough. And then once we get all these beds in here, we'll start planning everything else. So we can start building all of this stuff. I like the white pots. They're very elegant. It says in the name. Okay. And put these here. We do have a fair bit of reed fiber. That's nice. A huge amount, but a somewhat decent amount. And then put this in. I guess we'll see what artworks they end up generating. Man, the performance is especially shitty in these overlays. That's alright. So, here's what I'm thinking. Let's actually put the nature reserve over here. I think the only reason I wouldn't do that is because we'd struggle to fit the parks in. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'd have to move the carbon skimmer. We'd have to swap these around. Maybe just don't bother for now then. It should be fine. How's the rocket doing? Rocket is literally... Oh! Oh, aha. Okay, there is something we have to do. We have to clear out the regolith so that the rocket can land. Yeah, good thing that wasn't urgent, eh? Shubbowl is admiring his handiwork. Alright, Shubballs, you know what? Maybe I've changed my mind. Maybe you do have to go. You're actually obstructing the rocket platform. That's not going to go very well. Maybe you're about to solve your own problem. It sure seems like it to me. Yeah. Yeah, you've got to get nice and hot, maybe. A little. Rapidly... What the fuck? What the fuck is this shutball doing? Rapidly heated shutballs. Okay, great. You trapped the rocket. Good. Oh, whatever. Maybe just remove all the debris from here. The macrowave, yes. They're gonna bombard them with radiation with extreme prejudice. That's fine. Right, so let's see. What's this wire doing? So this one is just going to go over here. Nothing too fancy about that. And then I think once you've done all the tiles... Yeah, so shovels are very heat tolerant, and it was scolding them because it was above 500 degrees C. And their body temperature increased quite a lot, but they're quite large. So even then, they didn't actually get all the way to fully cooking. So they've taken some damage, but they're not actually taking damage now. What artifact did we get? We got the Monart. I don't get it. Okay. Go scan that. I'm sure that'll happen fairly soon. Yeah, get that out of there. And in terms of the coolant loop, so the coolant loop is currently blocked. Why is the coolant loop blocked? Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. You never built a pipe there. Well, I'm glad that hasn't caused any issues yet. That's just the overall cooling loop. That's not cooling anything specific. It's just moderating the temperature of a few different things. You know, I'm going to yell at this. No one ever does it otherwise. I feel like the reason for actually putting that obsidian tile in there may not be particularly strong anymore. So the next space destination is going to be here. We're going to do this one. We're going to do this one. I don't believe we have the artifact from the ocean either, so maybe we just do a sweep like this. I guess it depends on whether they're actually planets or not. Yeah, while they're finishing the tile, let's see what the artifact says. Sonia is on the job. Yeah, it's cooled down in the UK, so I wonder why performance has still been pretty shitty. It's not too bad when we're just looking at Sonia. That's acceptable. When we start going at the overlays, it gets a bit weird. So we should be finishing all the databank research now as well. We have many databanks. And then we need Gene? Gene is on the way, apparently. Ooh. Wait, Gene? I mean Gene the Sleeper. Oh, right, because it's a yellow alert. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Ill. Well, that's funny. You weren't supposed to do this, but I guess your aspirations are showing. Truly, we must get some modern art. That's a combination of headwear and outfits you're probably not going to see very often. He's at least pretty quick about it. See the yellow bar? Just tuck out from the notification any second now. Any second now. Any second now. He's trying. He's trying. It'll be glorious. Oh, okay, look, it's there. Wow, that's going a bit slower than I thought it would. It's fine. Obviously, if we turn this off at any point, he'll just stop the task. There we go. Very pretty. Right, so... What's the decor? Plus 20. That's hilarious. Hardly anything. There you go. And if we look at the entry here... A sculpture of the neoplasticism movement of modern art. Gravitas records show this piece was once used in a presentation called Form and function in corporate aesthetic. Wow. Cringe. Well, there you go. We've got a little bit of steam up here, that's fine. Go ahead and remove all this pipe. Wait. No, we did actually stop this from functioning, that's good. Okay. Right, I think we're ready now. Oh, we are ready now, because you're trapping Mies more as we speak. That's fine. Speed up just a tad. Okay. Right, now, let's open this up. Then this one, I think, will actually... do we want to put... I think we do actually just want to put a airlock in here. And make a tile. Let's do it. And then we just need to surround it with other tiles. So I guess surround it with... I don't know what we got up. What we got. Put the airlock back. Surround it with Basic Rock, I guess. You know, we're gonna get rid of it. Then deconstruct these. You guys are now inside the base, so I will need to remove your suits. Probably gonna have a few people running around in suits. Liquid exposure for the Barnix. Not great. Sweep this up. The pips are escaping! That's fine. This could go here. This could go here. And then this is where the hatches are going to start. Can we have recreation buildings in a ranch? Or is that going to cause an issue? What do you guys think? Because this is going to be the actual ranch zone. If it is, we can quite easily swap this stuff over here. Well, not easily, but we could at least... Oh, God. There is a way of doing it. Although, it may take all day if we're having to shuffle all of this stuff around to fit the hatches in. That being said, I think it will be worth it. Right, priority 9 this one as well. You're doing all the drywall now, that's fine. I would prefer not to. We'll put it that way. In terms of more plastic, let's see. Let's keep loading up the rockets. So sweep that up. And then if we go back here. So oxalate is fine. Power banks I think are fine. Rad pills we could do with a few more. I think for now, let's turn them off. Okay, well that's not too annoying. I need to sweep the water off of this tile. Go back and check on how this is doing. All the debris has cooled, but it still hasn't deactivated. We need to play with this setting a little bit. Probably because we just adjusted a load of stuff in here. We'll keep fiddling around with it. Hello, keep on wheeling. Tell me please, what's the mod to change the tile style? It's a True Tiles mod. It adds textures for each material. It's on Steam Workshop. It's great. One of my favorites. But you guys are getting on with this now. Now we can definitely replace the carpet tiles. Then these could go here. You know, just to match. The reason we're not just going to move the sleepers up here full time is because we need, like, carbon dioxide stuff to get removed. And we need them to be close to their facilities because they're very slow. So we won't bother with any of that. Right, remove the airlock. This will form a natural tire. This will form a natural tire made out of copper. Don't ask me why, it just does. These natural tiles were always here. See? Go, Lord Fart Squad, go. Ah, autumn. It's almost upon us. It's 8:54, and the sky is dark. There we go. Right, remove these. Right, actually, I'll just tell you to drywall all of this. That's fine. Okay, so the tiles are done. Let's actually do these doors just to make sure that the pip gets back out. And then let's do all of this. These. And then we can shift everyone over from here, because this is where all the Bionic duplicates eat. This is where all their power banks go. And in actual fact, what I should also do is I should actually put a conveyor loader. Yeah, I should put a conveyor loader and a sweeper in here. So we can just grab all the power banks and shove them back at the transformer block. Because that's where they all end up. They keep shuffling them down here manually. Right, I think we're just going to stick more mellow mallows up here. It should be warm enough up here for that to be the case. It's getting warmer because we're dumping a lot of hot materials in here as well. But again, we've still got the coolant loop running. This isn't actually running yet because they haven't built that pipe yet. You actually need to do this priority 9. The other reason we want more coal production is just so we can make more rad pills. Because they're all made out of coal. Let's make another 99 for now. Well, it won't be long before we start actually working on the Hatch Ranch. The Slicksters, in fairness, could wait a little bit. They should be pretty happy down here. Carbon dioxide is a little hot, but not too hot. We look at the regular Slickster. They cope up to 140 degrees C, and they need to be at least 50 degrees C. So this is perfect Slickster territory, so we can just have them hang out here wild, and we're not going to have to worry about them for a while. But I do have to make sure I tame them at some point, because if they all die while I'm not looking, we have to wait to print them again. So we really can't afford that. But I'm going to do the hatch first, just because we have one stone hatch at the moment, and he's in a precarious spot. In fact, you know what? Let's actually relocate you now. Let's relocate you up here. Maybe we can eat some of this stone. Cool down a little bit. Maybe we'll just make like a little pool of gunk for him or something. Just to cool off in temporarily. Okay, you're actually running now. That's good. You have tiled up. That's not good. It's because the lump here is slightly too large. The good thing is this is a problem that solves itself, because every time you dig it, you remove it half the mass. I think we're just going to leave this open. And this has worked relatively well, because the temperature is quite cold in here now. So we can have this sensor be a bit hotter. That's fine. The more you think about it, dupes are pretty indestructible. Yeah, compared to regular people, absolutely. For sure. Right, Stonehatch is now in here. He's too hot. He needs to get to below 40 degrees C. How about we cool you down first? Oh, are you laying an egg? No, you're laying some coal. That's fine. Maybe we just do some very rudimentary taming just to start. They can survive in Mercury until they run out of oxygen or freeze, burn to death, which takes a long time. Yeah, true. Yeah, if you build those tiles first, then we can just fill this bit with gunk. Because what temperature is this gunk? This is at 23 degrees. So, relocate that up here. The corpse will never decay because it's made out of genetic ooze. Nice. That's very helpful. Right, let's see. So, this could go here. That should grab all the power banks because the metal refine the mess tables are in that area, and then the empty power banks can just get dumped down here. We probably should have done this initially, but whatever. Ready 9 this. And then I guess that means we'll just remove all of this stuff. There's no actual critical wires running through here or anything else. So just go ahead and remove all of this. This is conductive tile as well, so submerging you in gunk should probably cool you off pretty quickly. And then what we'll also do is we'll just put the... Well, we could just start putting the other stuff in here. You know what? Actually, for now, let's just get him tame first and then do everything else. Also, I'm going to change a stream title because I think we're just doing the Stonehatch now. Sorry. I've completely clickbaited you all. We'll do Slicksters next time. But we've got to do this at some point, and I'm going to do it now so that we don't forget. Right, grooming station. That's just going to go here for now. How many cycles you got left? You got 25 cycles left, so you should at least lay a few eggs. You have to eat sedimentary rock to increase your chances of this. Now, the good news is we do have sedimentary rock. So, let's see. Let's actually put a critter feeder in here. Gunk is incoming. Yes, run away from the gunk. The tile is just to constrain the gunk, not the hatch. So now you're in a liquid, your temperature should start dropping rapidly. Which it sort of is. Except it would help if you actually stayed in the gunk. Yeah. The longer you stay in the gunk, the better. Although, they do generally just like to wander around. That's fine. Yep, Ellie has slipped on the gunk. That's great. You know what, actually? Don't bother with any of that. We'll just build the actual ranch setup down here. We'll do that first. We don't actually want a door here either, so this will be a bit easier than our usual setup. Then we can just shift everything up here later. Right. So now for the moment of truth. If we put a grooming station in here, is this going to invalidate the rec room, or vice versa? Because if it is, we're going to have to move the sauna as well to here, which is probably fine. It'd be fun if smooth hatches also drop some refined metal on death. Yes, that would make them actually worth using. They're all slipping on the gunk. That's hilarious. Well, you should be sorted out in probably about a cycle. Yeah, you're still a rec room. The requirements ranching building. Maybe I can just remove the decor item and that will work. Maybe like a little bit of steel. Real talk, yeah, like it would be amazing if they dropped 75 kilograms of the metal of choice and then 25 of steel outside of stable. Yeah, now we're gonna conflict. Right, I do think we have to move the sauna then. Okay. Right. That's gonna take some effort. What's the alternative? Because this is all going to be full of all the excess hatchets. The alternative is I just have this be a very small ranch. You know what? I think we just do that. I can't be bothered to move all this stuff, and we're mostly keeping him around. We don't need a load of stone hatches. We just want at least one that we're looking after. So we're going to leave this all here, and we're just going to have, say, I don't know, like 6 stone hatches. We'll use a critter condo. Yeah, this seems fine. So we'll put the critter feeder in as well. This is going to look a little bit different than how we usually do it. The dropper mechanism is the important thing. And then, yeah, food-wise, we'll put in a critter condo. I guess you want to make these out of granite. And then what else would we want to put in here? Probably a rock crusher for fossil, right? That should just go there, because that's how we're getting all of our sedimentary rock. At the moment, we're crushing all of our fossil outside. I don't know. Maybe just something else over here. There's probably some other random building we could fit here. I could actually just move the soldering station and stuff up here for the boosters, and then we can fit more power bank charges in. Although, I'm pretty sure we split up the wire specifically for this amount of power bank charges, so yeah, we probably won't do that. Let's see. We actually need 2 auto sweepers because we can lay eggs all over it. We're not going to bother putting in a divider because that's lame. I think that will do, and then put the loader up top here. Please tell me you haven't been building all of this out of steel. You have. Great. Don't build this out of steel. You're not allowed. Build it out of gold, I guess. And then that one can be made out of gold too. 6 hatches is a perfectly reasonable number, considering that we don't have a friggin' volcano. We really don't want too many of them. This might even be too many. Do brine and hot saltwater geysers compete for the best volcano? The geyser? I think the hot saltwater geyser is my favorite. Just because you get so much power out of geotuning it. You get some of the resources you need to geotune it back out. And then, yeah, it's just a load of extra water too. I think the saltwater geyser is the best. The brine geyser is not bad though. I did obviously do a YouTube video about it a while ago. I may update that tier list at some point, but updating tier list is not the top of my priority list. Sorry, Pay. Right, so this actually wants to be the door where we drop the hatches through. And salt can be converted to sand, exactly. I have no idea what else we would even put in these places. I mean, the reality is, we have a... So, we don't have any pinch of pepper nuts available at the moment because the Drekos are eating all of them because our polluted water vents are offline. It looks like the polluted water vents are actually back online now, so this should stop being an issue. Also, if we go back up here, I think you've actually fixed the coolant line now. Yes, you have. That's good. So, assuming we're going to get some pinch of pepper nuts again, I think what we'll do... So, you're set to phyto oil, and thus you are going out to the other asteroid. This is where all the gunk is going. Have I just been filling this up for all time? I don't think we need all of these in here to be done. So let's actually do something a bit different. Let's actually do this. I think we want 2 of them to be gunk. So that could go there. This could get cut off. This could get cut off for now. Deconstruct these. Deconstruct this. I think I'm just gonna... really? Where? Oh, you. Yeah, good job, Gizmo. Oh, that's right. Speak of the devil, we finally filled up this liquid tank. Well, you know what that means. We're gonna build another liquid tank. And another one. And another one. And another one. Maybe actually this one could be Gizmo's cot. Actually, I do kind of need you to do this. Do I actually need you on microchips? Not really. That's fine. I still want them to add a reason to make a glass spoiler for the game, so I can do a video on it. Oh, sand boiler. Give us something that requires just vast amounts of glass. Like a glass hatch that eats glass and produces NFTs or something, I don't know. Put these here, and then the gunk can go... So that's going in there, that's going in there, that's going in there, that's going down here. So I think what will actually happen is that's going to go up here, that's going to go up here, that's going to go down here, and then that's going to go over here. Oh, right. Mildly awkward. Oh. How about instead we do something like this? Yeah. That should work. You just need to build that sharpish. How are you doing? You are almost at the right temperature. That's good. That means we can almost shove you in here. Blast a diamond, maybe replete uranium. I don't know. I mean... maybe just make reinforced glass a building material. It has a lot of useful properties, I don't know. So you... oh god. You want to be sedimentary. And I guess what this means is we'll get someone working on the fossil mine as well. Just to make sure that we don't run out. Now, in the past, I've had a conveyor loader that would actually feed into this, so we can put one here. So, I will fit one here, just in case we need. Thankfully, you have a lot of sedimentary rock just lying around. And you are now the right temperature, so you can go in here. And I don't think a lot else is needed, really. So let's sweep up the gunk. And then we can start building this top setup. It's really not going to be that complicated. You're going to be... well, I think you can be everything. Right, let's see what this is going to look like once you've swept this up. Because the chute is going to go over here. I don't think the room needs to really be anything super specific. Other than our normal loader design. He's on the pedestal! He's getting cozy. He's cozy. Hooray! Well, this is definitely a priority 9 green. Because we gotta get some eggs out of you before you get too old. Well, I'm glad we didn't have to get the stone hatch, like, on our own. And we just actually had one in the environment we could still use. It's pretty nice. And then we got the baby separator here, so the chute is just going to go up here, right? Go. It's overheating. Oh. I don't care about you. Some hot nuclear waste. That wasn't supposed to happen. Oh well. What's in the pod? Sandstone, okay. If we come down here, I have something special to show you. We did it! We got our Slickster lava. They're tiny babies! They're going to produce a little bit of oil. It's absolutely fine. I guess it's just going to start slowly flowing down here. There we go, we've actually got oil on this run. It only took 700 cycles. Great. You actually need to be relocated here. And then we need to put some ladders and stuff over here. And the drywall can go here. Then you could be Mellow Mallows. There really isn't a lot of stuff that actually has to go here, is there? Go back to the hatch video. I want to make sure... the Phlox video isn't quite there for hatches. You really do think they should increase the amount of Crittermorphs or critters except shine bugs and hatches? Yes, I would love to see more Crittermorphs. It would be easy for Clay to do. It would give us reasons to make different resources that we don't normally make. I definitely think it's important. Right, oh god. Right, what size do I want this to be? Okay, this seems fine. Vegetarian Rex. Lol. Right, we can put a critter sensor in here, that's fine. Do I want to swap anything around? Not really. Right, critter sensor here. I will link this video to you guys now. This is the Hatches, Sweetles, and Grubs ranching video. It's a little bit out of date because the critter automation will change very slightly because of the drop-off placement, but I don't think it's going to cause us any issues. Yeah, Rexes are weird. Right, I believe this is fine. I think we established we want to move the critter drop-off, so... You know what, let's just do it. It's fine. Fences could go up here. I will actually make this an airflow tile, like I said I would. So that we can actually get the drowning thing to work in here just fine. And then... So that's going to go here. Now that could be an airflow tile too. And then we'll just fill this with the little bit of gunk that's left over. We'll just do that right away. And then we've got a little drop off where we could drop off the excess guys. No, we don't need that at all. This could just be the end of the room. We could put another building in here. Have we disconnected this one? We have disconnected this one. Okay. I guess what we could do then is we could just put... We could put the Brackine access back. So I think what we'll do is we'll put a plant pulverizer here, and we'll put the bottle filler here for the Brackine. Oh wait, am I missing a trick? Should we actually just put the critter feeder in, and then just have more hatches in here? That would be pretty funny. Play around with it. I don't normally play around with the critter fountain. It would fit. I mean, it wouldn't fit with... It would fit assuming that the little tank is down here. You know what? Let's play around with it. Why not? I don't think we need any gassy move areas. Gassy moves are late enough that I don't think there would be a lot... I don't think enough people would end up with gassy moves for it to be worth it. Those are my 2 cents. Right, let's see. So this is for gunk, right? Do I actually just want to pull this out? I think I actually only want to have one thing in here if we're going to try the critter feeder. I'm just going to play around with this in here. We're not actually going to do anything that important with it. It's more that we just have the space available, so we may as well. Then... that could be an airflow tile. We could have something else up here. We could have a liquid tank up here. With a Brackine. That's fine. Gassy moves are too slow for what you get. Yeah. Okay, so we'll leave that tank in place. This one is going to bridge out here. So, cut that off, cut that off. 49, build these. Empty the gunk in here right now. We're gonna drown the hatches of gunk. That sounds amazing. We do actually have room to just put, yeah, we do actually have room to just put, like, a proper drowned drop-off in here. I don't think we really need that. So I don't think we're going to bother. We'd rather just put a liquid tank in for the brekkie. And then we can hook this up to the bottle filler as well. Do we need a separate bottle filler? Wait, what's in this thing? Oh, that's nectar in here. Right, okay. So you're going to be pinch of pepper nuts to brekkie. You're going to get filled with sedimentary rock from our rock crushers, which are outside of the map. The late game, I don't need the extra power. Yeah, I think these days the only reason you would actually go for gassy moos is if you were interested in the bracking, because they're way more efficient at producing bracking than plant pulverizers. You would only want it if you were planning on automating a large amount of critter ranches, and who knows, maybe we will do that because that is the plan here. But then the question is, do we build all the critter fountains into the ranch design instead of grooming stations to minimize the amount of labor? The answer to that may be yes, but then again, the actual bracking production, I guess if we just restrict the bracking production to the Gassy Moo asteroid, then that would work out pretty well. Okay. Right, bring this pipe up here. I'm just going to send it this way, and then that's going to go in here. That will do for now, and then extra bracking and just send to something else. But I'm going to take a very quick break because we're just about to hit cycle 700. I need to do. So I'll see you in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Right, I'm back. Let's continue. What was the plan? We are just about to hit cycle 700. Exciting times. Had by all. I think the last thing we need to do on this hatch bit is the automation. It really shouldn't be that complicated. And this is certainly going to be smaller scale than our normal hatch setups, so it makes sense. What's broken? Oh, the door. Oh yeah, I don't care about that. I must remember to actually use camera return sometimes. Looks like they're starting to decorate all of these. Yeah, we'll get them slowly. Do we just have like a random seed we can put there as well? I'm sure we do by the pod somewhere. Let's see. I think we want a joyous seed. Relocate up here. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, the room tile size is small enough now because we added those gold tiles. We can put in another plant. Yeah, that makes sense. It'd be cool to see some asteroids that have separate day and night cycles. I'm not sure how that would work from a scheduling point of view. I guess you wouldn't change the dupes' schedules, but you'd have to change how the UI looked. It seems like one of those things that would be more interesting to code than it would be to actually play. Right. Can I actually just get the automation overlay? I can. Good. Okay, this really isn't going to be super complicated this time. So this is literally just going to go into a NOT gate down here. Yeah. In fact, I don't think I even need this to go into a NOT gate, because it's not plugged into anything else. Because we've only got one branch. So I'm not really going to follow this video very much today at all, actually, am I? Oh well. So we're gonna have the filter gate. Someday I'll actually remember what to use a filter gate for and what to use a buffer gate for. That's just going to go in here. We have a little AND gate. This door. So the critter sensors will plug into a NOT gate that will just go into both of these ports. And then the normal signal will go to the door, the knotted signal will go into the AND gate. And then this one is just going to go straight in here. And then otherwise this is going to wrap around to the actual gate here. So we want a critter sensor here and then an AND gate leading to the door. So let's see what that looks like. So that could go in there, and then... Oh, wait, no, I'm a fool. The critter sensor needs to go in here. Okay. How does this look? So... the AND gate will plug in the top. I guess I could just have the critter sensor on this side, because it won't actually make a difference. And that's just going to plug in here, that's going to plug in here. I believe I want a NOT gate on this signal, but what I will do is I will just put the NOT gate here. Yeah. So cut that out, cut this out, and then we'll send the automation wire up here, and then that will plug in. Yeah, that'll do. And then I think we're setting this to above one critter. And we're setting this, and then we're setting this one to below one critter. That way it will close if there's exactly one critter in here. And then if this ranch is full, then we want to actually allow this... No, if this ranch is empty, then we want this door to open. So if the critter count is less than 6, and then this one is just detecting if there's more than 0 critters in here, then we close the door. No. If there's less than 1 critter in here, then the door opens. Okay. I'm not going to watch my own video. How dare you. I will flip this for now, just to make sure it's actually open. Oh, right. You have to actually build the sensor. You know what? You can actually reach this for now. Let's actually just do this. You have an idea for a hostile critter? Go for it. What is it? We'll need some sensors in here as well. So... sometimes I like to put a critter drop-off in here just so we can actually get more hatches in here. I don't think that's actually going to be necessary this time at all. This will gradually fill up with Brackine, but it's not a huge priority. I'm going to be frank. And then maybe we'll add some more hatches in here later so we can start converting more rock into coal for diamond. But, again, that's not a huge priority. And then we'll put some mechatronics in here to grab all of the extra stuff. The door will open occasionally and this can reach in. Is there a specific tile where we want to put this? I can reach everything. Yes. Yeah. That way it can reach in the room no matter what. which means I need to put a bridge here. That's fine. I like it. We're making our own little mini hatch system here. And then this does count as a stable. 43 tiles, that's absolutely fine. At least this time we don't have to muck around with stupid door logic. We get to keep the sauna here and we don't have to move that around. That would have been too annoying to be worth doing, I think. And then this sweeper can reach 4 loaders. So we could put those in. Don't know exactly what we're going to be putting in here. We'll see. Maybe we won't need 4 loaders just for the hatches. Right, now let's see. We're rock crushing all the rock and stuff over here at the moment. Do I actually want to set up mechatronics for this? No, because we don't have room for an actual sweeper. We'll just get the dupes to move it over. I don't think it's actually enough for it to be worth looking at. We do know that we're going to want all the meat and stuff to go onto the edibles line, which is this one. So that one can come down here. You're not making that out of steel, are you? No, okay, that's fine. I guess make it out of iron ore. So we do indeed want all the food and stuff to go over here. I think that's it. I think actually we'll leave the rest of this. I'm not gonna bother putting in a yeah, I'm not gonna bother doing that. It's too much effort. So in here, let's put empty power banks. So oh god, industrial product, empty power bank. Got it. In fact, actually, I guess grab everything, right? Just dump all this rock down here too. We'll put a little painting up here. You know, just some glass. Oh, we gotta get the crude painting of the hatches. That's what we gotta do. And then let's party 9 all of this so that you just get it done right away. And then the drywall, we have to have hatch-themed drywall. Do we have any? We could just do the petal checkers, maybe? I don't know. How about the quantum circuit? Because we've got the Bionic print over here. Let's just do the quantum circuit. Lush, natural environment. There you go. And these little tiles here, just make sure the babies stay in here and only the adults wander over. Right, I have an important question for you guys, if anyone's listening. Paku. Is there an efficient way of filtering adult Paku from baby Paku? Because the only way I can think of doing it is using fish traps. And that seems annoying. Wow, you're overheating? Really? Okay. We'll make you out of gold amalgam then. Yeah, because we have plans for the goldfish video next week. The second goldfish video. The first one will come out tomorrow. But it kind of depends on whether we can actually filter out adult fish. Maybe it would be worth having a dupe doing that. I don't think it is, though. So maybe that's something I'll just talk about. Yeah, they both flop around in the exact same way. They don't behave differently. That's the most irritating thing. Right, I'm going to flip this temporarily just so we can actually get in here. Oh, right, that's still not going to work. You know what? Maybe we don't actually drywall this chamber. Maybe just manually get you to open it for now. We'll do that once I've done everything else. So you're groomed, you're taming pretty quickly. I don't think we're going to end up with any excess pitcher pepper plant, are we? Oh, we formed a lot of tiles in here. It's not good. So it looks like we can't have the uranium drift out over here, because otherwise it just ends up on that tile. Interesting. I guess this is melting every now and then. But at the moment it's just contacting the gunk, which is not exactly what we wanted. Is it for one pack at a time? Might be able to set up a cycle sensor to a conveyor element sensor? No. No, this is for mass producing Paku. It definitely wouldn't work. The main issue with it tiling up is just the fact that it's conducting heat out of the gunk all the time. Maybe that's not actually a huge deal breaker. But we did want to reduce the amount of uranium we had here anyways, didn't we? I think the bigger problem is that all the debris just ended up clumping together. How would we actually prevent that from happening? Difficult to say. Right, looks like most of this is done. We just need a bit more air up here. Oh, it's the Rex! Wait! Wait, I haven't seen this one! What? That's amazing. Hold on, hold on, hold on. We gotta go do our supply closet run. First of all, let's get rid of all the duplicates, because we've surely got a lot of those. We have a lot of filament. It's time we actually spend some, I think. I never thought I'd see the day, but I think we're actually ending up with enough filament to buy everything we want. Did I want to get, like, an Atmos suit build together? Maybe. Oh, wow, look at all these wallpapers. Wonder if they'll ever add a recycle all duplicates button. A funny Atmos suit. Yeah, maybe. Balloons. Suspicious pickle. Right, okay. You get the Paku balloons. The thing is, we've got to keep the glossy Drecos for this run, because that's the goal of the run. We'll unlock the floaty fish sometime, though. Soon. Oh, look! The bug-eyed blep. Oh, look how cute that is. Oh, that's so good. And we got all the fingers. There's no middle finger. Oh, that's a shame. And then we got the little Rexes. I'm not a huge fan of these ones. Right, yeah, look at this. We got the safari selfie. Yep, that's the one from the animatic. Very good. I think it is just the two. Okay, that's fine. And then we got the fossil stuff. Oh, didn't they change like a load of the monument things? I think they said they would change some of the spaced out ones. Although honestly, I can't really remember. The stupid Slickster. We got Higby, we got the Rex Noggin. Nice. Well, I don't know what I want for now. I'll mess around with that later. But that seems like one of the two new paintings. To be honest, it's quite fun just unlocking them randomly. I'm not that invested in it. Well, this will efficiently move all the power banks once we've actually got all the debris out of here. Putting all the debris on one tile seems like it would make sense anyways. Oh, this looks really clean. I like it. Still moving all the regular rock and stuff out of here. Yeah, that's true. Oh. Now I think about it. We probably want the coal to go somewhere, don't we? Well, let's be real. The coal could go on its own line, I think. Hold on. We could just put the conveyor loader in here for the coal. Because the bardic dupes are going to run past that, so I think I want to keep the painting there. Will your dupe have a solar bedroom? That's the aim. Except for the sleepers who have their little barracks down here. Just so we can handle all the books. Why do I have 4 auto sweepers in here? Oh, whatever, I don't care. So the coal... The coal we actually do want to send to the diamond presses. And we know that is going to stay that way for a while. Wait. Surely there's a slightly better way of doing it than this. Maybe? I don't know. So that's just going to drop there, and then it's going to get swept into the refined carbon. Sure. It's gross. I hate it. Okay, how about we do this instead? Not that this makes it much better. There you go. Because that is where we're going to want all the coal to go. And that's kind of why I didn't want to set this up in here initially, but I think having it be the right temperature and just having the dupes on hand to look after it is probably the more important facet of the design. So we'll go ahead and do that. Man, these day rollovers are harsh. Hate it. What's this one set to? This one's set to edibles. Looking good. They are very cute and very derpy. We've obviously overcommitted to hatches in the past, so just to actually give a run through of them, because I haven't really talked that much about them today. They eat 140 kilograms per cycle of rock. That's a lot. The normal reason you go for stone hatches is because you can actually feed them igneous rock, i.e. condensed magma from volcanoes, which is a sustainable food for them. You're mostly using magma volcanoes for the power, but you can feed the magma to a few hatches and just turn it all into coal and then refine carbon and then diamond. But the hatches eat so much rock that you will eventually run out of rock if you overproduce your hatches. So that's why we're only going to have one ranch, and it's just going to be in the base. So half of it gets turned into coal. The sage hatch is more efficient. They produce 100% coal out of their food, but they only eat stuff like dirt and things. And then, if you feed these guys metal ore, they produce coal at a 25% rate, which is one of the worst trade deals in the history of forever. But this lets you get smooth hatches, which can then refine metal ores at 75% efficiency. Now, why you would use hatches to refine finite metal ore into refined metal, which you can get renewably anyways from volcanoes, I have no idea. If anything, I would rather they did the exact opposite and gave you more ore out of your refined metal. Maybe instead of a smooth hatch, we need a rough hatch. I don't know. Oh, he's going in the thing. I do like it when they go in a Chronicon though. Yeah, he's all happy. Blends in pretty well actually. Gets to stand on the little podium. Amazing. This guy is going to be the happiest hatch in existence when he gets some of this. So just to double check, are we actually getting the pigeon peppers? I think we are. I don't think they're being prioritized for... I think they're being prioritized for cooking. We have the gas rangers running. I'm going to set this to priority 9. Let's get some brackine in here. I want brackine in the actual water coolers again. That was the whole point of this. Maybe just regular water in here. And then I'm going to open you, and we're going to priority 9 this. And I guess the other thing we should do is go look for more hatches. So if we go to colony report, if we look for wild critters, I think... So you're the only stone hatch. We have a hatchling. We have 3 hatches. I don't think we actually want any regular hatches. Okay, in that case, we'll just turn this off. I'm going to yellow alert this just to make sure that we actually do it. You must have the materials nearby, surely. Also, I should have replaced this earlier. I guess we'll replace it now. I don't really want to re-pour the gunk back in here. Never seen a rock hatch, many things to discover in ONI. Yeah, you get them when you feed a regular hatch sedimentary rock. So if we go down, I believe we still have a regular hatch hanging around somewhere. Yeah, here. So, increases when they eat sedimentary rock, but they have a 2% chance minimum of laying them anyway, so eventually you will just get one. And the sedimentary rock. The key thing about the sedimentary rock, so what we're going to do as well, let's actually go down to the fossil bit, right? Yeah, you guys are fine. If we go down to the fossil bit, we'll activate this story trait when we did all the fossils a while ago. It lets you turn 1 kilogram of diamond into 100 kilograms of fossil. So I'm going to set that to priority 5. What we want to do is we actually want to mechanize this as well. So let's actually go ahead and do this. So the diamond from the... What is overheating now? A conveyor loader? Oh, right, there's no gas. Probably shouldn't actually be hot. I might have to set this to 2000 to make sure this doesn't overheat. I guess the room is quite hot. We'll just rebuild it later. Not the end of the world. You know what, just deconstruct it. I'll remember to rebuild it later. Yeah, 2%'s not high, but if you have like a lot of hatches breeding, you will get them eventually, and it'll be annoying. But anyways, what was I going to say? So, we're making the diamond here, right? So I think what we should actually do is... So we can reach these tiles. So I think what we do is... I put a little bridge here. We want to make sure we're sending the diamond to the fossil mine. Or at least a little bit. And I think we'll just drop it on top. So what we'll do is... Conveyor loader here. It's convenient how they reach over like that. And then conveyor rails come up here. And then this is literally the first obstacle. So if we just go up from here. Yeah. I could just send it this way. Although maybe what we'll do is go here. And then deconstruct all of these. We'll put a chute in. We can reach all of these rails. And then... conveyor... the wire can just go like here, right? So all the diamond will get shut down there. Eventually, we will reroute most of the diamond to go to a drill cone, but we don't actually need it for that yet. And this actually produces a little lamp, I think. Yeah, you don't even have to light this up. They just get the lit workspace bonus automatically. Sweet. And then the fossil is going to go in here. And then... oh god. Do I just want to send that through the middle? I'll just send that through the middle for now. So that's shut off. What is that shut off for again? Where is that going exactly? Into the base. Oh, that's all the power banks. Right. I probably shouldn't actually build a second conveyor rail up here. That's a lot of metal. But I'm going to do it anyways. And then that's just going to dump out, I don't know, like here. Get out of here. And then that automation wire is just going to go in here. Okay. That should be plenty of stuff for them to do. So, I guess do these tiles first. Yeah, you can put these here as well. We obviously want the thumbnail shot. Why is the omelette rotted? Why is stuff rotting in here? Why is it only refrigerated? The food is getting frozen in here. Well, it was getting frozen. Perhaps the omelettes are just not... Perhaps they're too massive? Some of these haven't gotten down to temperature. Maybe I'll set this to a lower value again. That is peculiar. Right, well, pay definitely gets to go in here. Yeah, here you go. We'll get some more dupes at some point, surely. You know, I might leave this here just as a reminder not to put anything through here. I think that's fine. So we've got conveyor rails running all of those ways. And then that's hooked up to a wire. This wire is actually a consumer wire. That's good. And then this is right next to a fire pole, so I think this is still a good idea. I'll put the plastic all the way down here. Okay. Do we even have someone who can do this errand? It's just Banhi. Well, that's probably fine. Good to see the cool steam vent tamers are still working properly. Right, and I think we have our first egg in here. No. Just a brood, okay. You are tame, though, now. So you will lay an egg every 6 cycles. As opposed to every 60. I do wonder when we're actually going to manage to fill this. It looks like people are prioritizing filling it. Have you just been drinking all the stuff already? No. Okay, that's fine. I want to see you drink from the fountain. We never do critter fountain. I mean, how much sedimentary rock do we actually have as well? I haven't quite calculated how many we can feed from the machine. You know what? Maybe we should calculate how many we could actually feed from the machine, right? Probably not a lot. Yeah, Barney is doing the errand. So it takes 80 seconds to produce 100 kilograms of fossil. So in actual fact, let's see, what is Barney's operating skill? It'd be very high. 17. Okay, so that is probably an errand task time of about 30 seconds. Maybe 25 with the workspace. So call it 4 kilograms a second of sedimentary rock if they're constantly working the machine. Each hatch eats 140 kilograms per cycle, which is 0.25 kilograms per second. Ish. So that means we could comfortably have 11 stone hatches eating off of this, assuming that Barney is constantly converting diamond into fossil. And then that gives us a lot of lime as well, so that is worth doing. That will help with steel production. That being said, I don't think lime is really the constraint. Although, in principle, we should be able to get this running a lot more quickly soon. It looks like this has been running with 9.6 tons of steel. I'm going to have to actually seal this up. I'm just going to leave this alone now. I don't want to mess around with it forever. That's possibly the topic of another video. Oh. Yeah. Whoops. I should probably fix that. Also, you aren't actually planting this. Is there a reason you're not planting this? We have too many plants. Oh, that does check out. Uproot. Uproot. Yeah. Hips don't like decor plants. I guess I gotta do all of this now. Irritating. I just do this now so that I can actually think about that again. God, it does still just annoy me that the game is quite crunchy now. I don't think there's any real way around it. Put that back. I should really stop putting conveyor rails everywhere like this. It's so much metal. I think we're just gonna have to start drilling space for metal ore at some point. Yeah, build the airlock, then unbuild it. You've already planted the seed, that's great. You construct this. Okay, well I guess we got an extra ton of metal there, that's good enough. We also have some sweetles over here. We're not actually going to bother setting up sweetle ranches until we're literally about to do the sour gas boiler. And possibly not until it's already running, because as far as I can tell, that's the only sulfur source we're actually going to have on this save. Thank you, Pip, for cooperating. Your services are required today. I guess we just speed it up because they're just building conveyor rails everywhere. There we go. Right, I've never heard of a good explanation as to why this exploit works, but it just does. Then relocate the pip here too. Then I think we're done. And you need to be powered, and then you're cold. So you shouldn't be cold. Normally I put the conveyor loaders up here where everything's getting sorted out, but I don't think we need to today. The pip has been pipped. There you go. I'm imagining you're going to be fairly cooperative today. Let's build the drywall. Yeah, seems fine. I love this pip planting overlay mod. It literally just tells you the rules. It tells you whether you can do it. No gameplay change. Just means you don't have to memorize the extremely irksome nature of pips. Air pressure too low? What are you talking about, Willis? Oh right, it's carbon dioxide. That's weird. Get out of the way. Yeah, so you're probably gonna lay, I don't know, like 2 or 3 eggs. It's gonna take a while to spin up, but that's fine. And then I guess this means we can just turn this one on too. Although, I think we made a fair amount of refined carbon now. Good. How's the Radbots looking? Radbots looking full. So let's actually get the basic rad pills as well. Oh. Okay, I've realized something we need to do. We need to put a conveyor receptacle in here. We need to loop this around. So that could actually go... I'm not going to enjoy this. I can actually go in here. There you go. I totally remembered. And that way we've actually got enough coal to make basic rad pills. Right, and... Oh, gear balm. That would be a really good one to put on the rocket, wouldn't it? Gear balm. It's a medicine. No, it's not medicine, right? Medical supplies. Why is there a separate thing for gear balm? That's very weird. Right, put that there. And then put this there. Then we can go out into space again. We have enough of everything else, except for probably plastic. Give me the plastic. I think that's most of the plastic. Yeah, you've reactivated. This is fine. Okay, the pips have planted all the plants again. That's good. So now we can replant these. Let's actually just prioritize these doors as well, just to make sure all the bedrooms are working. And then I guess if we get offered good dupes, we should print them now. Because we've got more beds, and I think we've agreed that we can have more dupes here. The only hassle is... Okay, actually, this is fine. I think we have a few spare slots in here. Because each of these is 18 mess tables for regular dupes. All the Bionic dupes should be eating up here. I think some of the Bionic dupes are eating downstairs. So let's actually just go through and manually assign them all. This may be annoying. I made a mistake. I feel like I made a mistake. Ulti. Oh, right. We have 6 Bionic dupes here and 36 regular dupes. So if we were going to add more dupes, we would either need to add more mess tables. I don't really want to add more mess tables. Wait, I actually have an extra mess table here. We could add 2 more dupes. Probably fine. Yeah, let's do that. We can add 2 more dupes. They don't all need suits to get out of the base, because there's certainly at least some errands going on in the base at all times, I think. We don't really need 2 phones per Great Hall. That also means we can actually put some more paintings in. I remember a while ago, actually, oh, that's a funny thing. A while ago I was thinking about mechanizing table salt delivery. But again, the issue is we haven't really situated these in a place that's convenient for table salt. No, that's convenient in place for mechanization. It's funny, because this is a very convenient place for the rock crushers, but it's not convenient for fitting auto sweepers in. We would have to have only 1 rock crusher, but I think we have enough rock crushing. Maybe we actually don't have enough rock crushing that we need more than 1 dupe on it. No. Part of it is just that they're going everywhere to grab stuff. I think we can fit some stuff on this fire pole. Okay, what is overheating? Let me see, game. A door. Okay, I don't care. I'm not surprised. We are generating a lot of heat here and not really dissipating any of it. These are getting very hot as well. You know, I did say I was going to need a sort of coolant loop here. Maybe we need a dedicated coolant loop here. I mean, this is a coolant loop. We're not running this all the time. The problem is, if we are running this, this is going to overheat. So we probably don't want to co-op this. I don't want to run the geyser flow past it as well, because that's inconsistent. We'll solve that another time. Right, you do need to build these tiles. So let's see. If we put one here, it does reach a tile of interest. That's good. Let's do that. If for no other reason, then we don't have to sweep stuff into here. And then the issue is, if we put one here, it has to go right here, which we could do. It means we'd have to remove this tile, which means accessing this is going to be awkward. But we don't necessarily have to access it. That's probably worth thinking about. I really do want to leave these rock crushers here if we can. If I select you, it looks like you're depending on this ladder for access. Oh, we need the tile here for the sensor, because the sensor won't reach over otherwise. I could... If I have a weight plate, it's not going to work either, because it's just filling up with crap. I really can't put it anywhere else, though, if we're going to auto-sweep it. And I have to keep this tile here for the liquid lock. I could just completely seal it off, move this over one. Maybe we just do that at this point. I don't think we need to come back in here. This keeps leaky heat anyways. Give it a try. I'm going to wrap this up fairly soon anyways, because we're not going to have time to start the Slickster stuff today. They're still turning into adults. Let's get this done. Already knowing all of this. Don't care about that. Right, seal this up here. Because we don't want the dupe shuffling salt and table salt back all the time either. Let's actually try and reduce the amount of labor they have. There's no point having this big fancy base if the dupes are laboring to bring table salt to the dinner table. And then this could just go down here. And then... where is that conveyor rail going? Oh, whoops. Yeah, okay. And then this could go here. That still reaches the tile of interest. So remove that. Move this. Through the fire pole. This is actually just going to have to shuffle over. And then we can shuffle the light and everything around as well. So, I think for now, because this Metal Refinery is so close, I think I will just leave that for now. We could set up a conveyor rail sensor and send it over here. Really felt like it. Why is this so hot now? I'm just going to set this to 136. I guess. Going on. Right, we obviously want the other blueprint. That can go here. And then just copy and paste this. Well, 50-50 these shoots. Oh, not there. And that can go there. And then this rail can go here. And then the salt. So the salt can go... So what would I actually do in here? I don't know. I think I want to think about how I'm going to change that layout a little bit. Why are the ammo suits offline? Did I just deconstruct this wire? I think I did. It's not good. Yeah, if we need to access this in the future, we'll just come in a different way. We already have some phosphorus here. We can just make a lock up here, I imagine. Won't be the end of the world. I think I'm just going to do that. I think I will think more exactly about what's going on with this mechatronics later. I just want to build in the capacity to actually be able to do some mechatronics here. And then I'm going to suppress notification on this, because we're not going to use this kiln again. We have plenty of kilns. What we could do is we could have this one be for lime and this one be for salt. I think that would make sense. So what we could actually do is we could say... turn all the lime ones off here. And then turn all the other ones off here. And then it's just lime. Because I could definitely just put like a chute and a sweeper here. Oh, stop deconstructing the friggin' wire. Funny that you were really quick about this one, Neil. Right. Oops. So all the lime is going to go in here. So conveyor rail bridge. Put that there. So this is just going to be for steel byproducts. Oh, this is where we were supposed to be making refined carbon for the steel. But we're making that here. So the refined carbon is going onto this conveyor rail here specifically. So that actually means we can just hook this up directly here. Yeah, that's fine. So we can just literally go like this. It's all good. And then the iron... the iron can actually get loaded on here, because it's coming straight out the volcano. Come on. Auto sweeper. Yeah, that could just go there. And then conveyor loader could just go here. And then that could just literally feed on directly here. Except this needs to be a bridge. And this needs to go down here. And then that one needs to go there. Oh. Whatever, I'm just gonna leave it there at this point. It's legacy. Right, so... in conclusion... so that's gonna be salt. We're gonna leave that for now because we're gonna figure out what to do with that next time. This is... lime. This is... iron. Refined carbon comes in the other way. So I think what I want to do is I just want to priority 9 the loaders. Because then we can set those today. And then we can do all the other stuff afterwards. You're still doing everything, but it's going to take you a while. How about we prioritize everything that's in the base? Or near the base. And then prioritize all the other bits. Okay, well we haven't made any stuff in the critter fountain. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. This should be set to eggs. Right, you've got to show me where the stone hatch eggs are. I believe we've shoved them somewhere we shouldn't have. Where are they? What don't we need on here anymore? Depleted uranium? You're a wild one. Well, where have all your eggs been going then? Have you actually just not laid an egg yet? Because you've not been... Have we only done 10 cycles today? Are you kidding me? What a load of rubbish. Well, it's just good. I guess we're not going to get any eggs then, but at least this will work for later. The important thing is we've saved the hatch, and we no longer have to worry about the hatches ever again. A bit sad we don't get to watch more action with that, but it is what it is. Now, you need to do this priority 9 as well. Because it's currently most of the actual stuff in the map. So you need to be set to iron. So, refine metal, iron. Then you need to be set to diamond. So, diamond. Oh, let's get rid of this so you're not getting soggy feet. The omelet's just struggling to get cooled. No, they're not. It's fine. Maybe they were at 1 kilogram. Right, so you're salt, we know that. You're lime. Actually making some refined phosphorus. Cringe. You're set to diamond as well. I think it's all the loaders, so I can worry about the rest of this stuff later. Okay, when are you going to want a grooming? Oh, you just got groomed! Oh, that's rubbish. Marie, why are you up here? Oh, you were just on downtime. Fair enough. Am I just going to camp out here until someone uses the mess hall or the sauna? The sauna's ready. We could get a dupe using the sauna. That might be a decent thumbnail. Yeah, sure. We haven't had the saunas on the thumbnail yet. What schedule's everyone on? Anyways. Any downtimes coming up? Yes. Okay, who's using the sauna then? Possibly someone, right? One would hope. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Carrie actually is in the sauna. Hooray! We got someone on the phone. There we go. We did it, and the hatch is standing on the pedestal. Yeah, okay. That'll do. Fairly normal thumbnail today. Seems fine. Yeah. Unremarkable, but we did save a little guy, so it was worth it. Yeah. Yes, enjoy your towel. Cool. Modest goals, but still need to be done. Ugh. This means I can actually get to bed. Guys are getting a free stretch as well. Look at that. Like, options. Get it out of here. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. It's been a pleasure as always. If you're still here, feel free to follow me on Twitch if you're not already, and you'll get notifications when I go live. We usually stream 7:30 to 10:30 British time. We've actually stuck to that today. What a twist. And we upload all the VODs on YouTube, usually a day or two after we stream. But they all go up there, so if you miss a stream, you can catch up. There'll be a special video coming out tomorrow about goldfish. Glad you've enjoyed everything, Rika. And yeah, there'll be a special video about goldfish. And we're going to be talking a lot about goldfish next week as well. I have 2 videos planned for them. And then we've got the Seacomb Leaf video as well. You've got a real schedule of fish-related ONI content coming up. At long last. It's only been, what, how many years before we've done a load of Paku videos? Feels good. There's a Discord as well, where we all hang out and share ONI wisdom. And occasionally other games, but mostly ONI. Yeah, let's go raid someone. Who are we gonna go raid? I have literally no idea. Any suggestions? It's nice just doing a little short, relaxing stream every now and then instead of like a major, big goal. And then, yeah. I think we will stream tomorrow. I was umming and ahhing about doing the second recording the second goldfish video tomorrow, but I think I need a little bit longer to think about it. I think it is literally just how do we separate baby fish out? That's the question I'm having. Let's go raid live action Pixel, see what they're up to. 7:30 to 10:30 is still 3 hours, not too short. No, it's about the right length for me, but like the issue is usually I start later and I finish later. But let's actually get some sleep. Some good quality sleep. Take care, everyone. And send fishy regards to Live Action Pixel. Bye for now.